Well, I think there are tons of benefits for open adoption. I think if it would have been years ago that I was in this situation, I don't think I could have done a closed adoption. I am so grateful that I am able to see her grow up and not just see a picture a year, but not really know anything about her. I'm able to see the family or her parents just take care of her and see how they discipline her and just see how they spoil her, just everything. And just she fits into that family so well. I think it helps my emotional well-being and just everything that I am able to have an openness. One thing that I'm not just focused on my birth daughter is I pretty much see the adoptive mom as my sister, and I never had a sister. I just had 3 brothers. And so through this process, I just gained a sister and we're just really close now through everything.
Is that how you feel?
Oh yeah. Like they're pretty much now after looking at it and our whole situation, like I can tell her things that I somewhat can tell my mom and my sister, but like if she knows that something's wrong, or even Jared, the adopted dad, like I can't leave their house unless I tell him what's wrong. Like if I'm seeing a guy, or like if I like a guy, I can't leave unless I tell him everything. Like he is big brother to a T. And it's like, it's weird because like my 2 brothers, they're protective, but not as protective of Jared. Like the adopted dad is like super protective.
Well, and he has a stake in anyone that you date, because that might be a future husband.
When my birth daughter's older brother, when his birth mom was getting married, like he was the same way, but not as much as protective, just because they didn't know each other as much as we know each other. And now like all 3 of us birth moms, both of them, like the one just got married, and then the one's been married for a couple of years, and they have their own little boy now. But they're all like, Jared's still like big brother, and Amanda's my sister. That's why I look at her.
I think sometimes people look at adoption or open adoption or abortion as options. And sometimes people say, well, if I can't have them, nobody can have them. I think open adoption is that link between I can have them and you can have them. And now we all get to have them. And the unique thing between families of open adoption, if it's handled properly with love and respect, you almost grow stronger bonds with that family than you do with your own immediate family, like would be my sisters or my brothers, things like that. So it's a really unique thing, and I think open adoption saves a lot of lives. That's what I think. It's a great option, but back recently it's just starting to change.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
In regards to the birth child who, is part of adoption, or I guess the main part of adoption, they, like Gracie and her sisters, they think that they are, or they know that they are more special than kids that weren't adopted, because they have, their parents and the birth parents and both sets, all sets of grandparents. And they just feel so, whether it's in regards to they get lots of gifts, because I know they love that, but they just feel so loved. And so, I think the main thing is adoption is about love.
Well, and they're so open with they are adopted and this is your birth parents, etc. So it's very open, not only open between families, but open of why it's there. Like you mentioned, tell me what you said again. I grew in.
Oh, the oldest boy. They tell the kids, you were in, Ashley, Joelle, Lindy's belly, but mommy and daddy are your mommy and daddy. Right. And they'll tell people that, like, they'll go to the store they'll see a random person in the aisle and they'll tell them. They're not shy.
They're proud to be adopted. We're proud to be
And
adopted.
isn't that why open adoption is so awesome? Is that these little kids feel so much love, and they get a lot of attention. And what child doesn't deserve all the attention in the world? What child doesn't deserve love? You cannot give a child too much love.
How can you place or give a child away for adoption, and then get in return multiple family members? It's like instant additional family. It's great, yeah. And it's got its uniquenesses too, because everybody has a weird side of their family, right?